Okay, welcome to session number 4 of Max Tech powered by KV Core training. It means that right now, not a lot of people are able to make this meeting, and that's okay because I know everybody's busy. But luckily, we're still doing this, we're still recording, and you can get to this on your own time. So if you would like to download these slides for yourself, you may do so right here by going to ream.x/maxtech 04/25/2023, which you can always make in Max Center with the URL shortener. Okay. Here we go. So far, we've covered the basics of Max Tech by KV Core, such as how to get into the platform, the importance of the mobile app, what a smart CRM is, etc. As well as some of the more advanced stuff that puts all the features together, like Core Present, which you can make a really awesome instant CMA presentation in. We've covered how to set up smart campaigns, which, as we have also discussed, are totally customizable. You can make it so that it just reminds you to do things rather than does things for you or as you. So it's nothing to be afraid of. In fact, it's meant to help you. It's meant to make your life a little easier so that you can nurture your entire sphere all at once. Or at least without having to think too hard about it. It's a really, really helpful tool. And if you need help setting it up, I can always help you. Or if you want to look into some resources, I can always direct you to resources so that you can do it yourself. We've also gone over birthday and anniversary texts in the last session, as well as playbooks, which are really cool things that they've put together as sort of a preset thing that they know that real estate agents need from a program like this, such as things to grow your sphere, or a series of campaigns and actions that help you promote your listing. All awesome things that combine lots of different smart tools and might even just inspire you in ways to use this program. So today we're going to be covering some more of the back end stuff. Web and IDX, what the heck that means, how to find it in your dashboard, how to customize or optimize your SEO, and then how to quote unquote customize your site. I put quotes there because, to be honest, it's not like they really want you to customize it super, super easily. I honestly don't think that you need to for most of you, unless you have a really strong brand that you have already established and people kind of know you by. The standard template is going to look just fine for you. However, if you did want to fully customize your site, there are ways to do that. They are a little bit extra, but some of the good things that they have in the marketplace that are extras are totally worth it. So I am not here to sell you. I am just here to help you see what is possible. Okay. Data runs your business because people make the data events happen. Data doesn't come from just thin air. Data means that people are doing things on your site, things that you should be paying attention to. So when your site is taking in data, like people's activity on their site, what they're searching, how long they stay on a page, which links they look at, which links they just scroll by, all of that is something that you can draw patterns to. Hi, Jean.
Hi. Red conference game.
Yes, it's this one. Well, welcome. You're the only in-person attendee.
Cool.
I'm here.
Well, and Kim's here in the other room.
Hey, Kim.
And then most of the other people who are going to be watching this will be watching it later. Yeah.
Hey, everybody later.
Hey, everybody later. This is past Mel and Jean. All right. So data means that your site is more observant to the way that people are searching. And that means that you can use all of that data and imply when the best time to reach out to them is. For example, if somebody is really lingering on a particular listing and your data analytics show that, that's a really good indicator that they might be really interested if you reached out to them. But there's some situations that are a little bit more subtle than that. And that's where the system kind of helps to just determine, when is something warm, when does something need more nurture time, etc. All right. Most of your profile can be edited through Mac Center. And I bring that up because I have gotten a gazillion questions about, hey, how do I change my profile picture on my website? Well, the way you do it is through your Mac Center profile. And that is actually really easy to do. You just go to remax.net, like you're logging into your Mac Center to get your office bill. Your login is likely your first name and your last name at remax.net. You probably got it through Julie, and you probably had to register and create your own password. And then you go up into the upper right page or corner of the page and edit your profile. It's really very simple, but I highly recommend that if you haven't already brought your Mac Center profile up to speed, you really, really should, because that will feed directly into your remax.com website. From your profile picture to your accreditations, to your bio, to the languages that you speak, and all of that should be up to date. Not just for SEO reasons, but for your own business's sake. So seller valuation pages. First of all, I just want to show you guys where that might be. How do I get out of here? There we go. Okay. So, Jean, what's your remax.com site URL? Is it Jean Johnson?
I think I use therealjeanj.com and then it goes there. So.
Therealjeanj.com. And she already made it so that it reroutes to jeanjohnson.remax.com. That's pretty cool. Okay. Cool. Drone footage. I helped you do that. Yeah. All right. So as you can see, Jean already has her profile and her bio already updated.
That's all I've done.
That's cool. You know what, though? The nice thing is, even though that's all you've done so far, it still looks really good. It still looks really professional. And that's what we want, to be honest. Okay, so this seller valuation page right here. When you press sell at the top of the page, it pops up with this, see what your home is worth. Instantly get a detailed home price estimate. See what your neighbors are selling their home for. Then you put in your address, you put in your unit number, blah, blah, blah. It won't let you see anything unless you put in your home address. So I'm going to put in my home address. Nope, that's the wrong one. No, I don't know how to type today. It's all right. Okay. See, now I'm going to be entered in as a lead on your site, which isn't exactly what I wanted to do, but if you want to
mark it to you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Or she can always delete me from her side of the system. It's no big deal. Okay, so as I'm scrolling, you can see that some areas are still locked. That's because I haven't actually inputted my contact info. If I want to see things like buyer interest or these particular listings, I have to actually register. So this is the heat map. I was reading a little bit about this earlier. it basically just shows, you know, the high to low interest levels in these general areas for buyers looking for homes. And of course, my home is right there. And I'm sure that'll pop up with whatever comps are in the area. Yeah, I guess there's a whole bunch of us right here in this area. To be honest, you probably already know as an agent or agent assistant how to read that better than I can. Has a little bit of the valuation stuff, your Zestimate, or is it a Zestimate? Dumb. And your Atom estimate here. It's all branded for you already. And so as you can see, there is a little bit of information that people can get. I remember I've received some questions from particular agents about like, can I change that? Can I make it so that they have to register in order to even see anything? Unfortunately, no, you cannot. This is a particular kind of squeeze page that they built to be this way. And to be honest, I think that it makes sense. Like if they're not really serious and if they're not really wanting to see further in here, then are they really even a warm lead? So that's my point. Interested buyers looking in the area, those are actually real buyers probably because it all feeds from data. So that's kind of cool. Okay, let's go back. Present. Okay, cool. So, seller valuation pages have publicly available info, but they have to see more, or to see more, they have to register. And honestly, if they don't register, are they really a warm lead for you? I highly recommend that you direct people to that seller page if they are pretty warm and you meet them at an open house or something like that. They're looking for an agent to represent them. Use it to your advantage because it's a good tool. And it might even be good for just, you know, online outreach to your social media pages and stuff. Okay. FYI, there are live free trainings on Max Center. If all of this is kind of going over your head, and I do not blame you if it is, because this is all brand new and God, it is a lot. No worries. It's okay. You can always take this at your own pace. You can always dig in when you have time, late at night with a glass of wine. Just tune into these webinars. They do happen live, but I want to say that they are also recorded. Maybe don't quote me on that, but at the very least, Max Center has these awesome webinars and lots of resources so that if you have specific questions, big or small, about how to get your stuff in order, you can go and do that. Okay, I think this is the point in the presentation when I wanted to get into TV course stuff. So hold on, let me see if I remember my password. Please work. Yes. Okay, cool. So, as I was saying before, if you wanted to update your profile, this is where you do it. Top right corner. Cool. So, Web and IDX. It's a weird name for like a whole big section of the dashboard, to be honest. This is the little icon underneath the transactions icon and above the marketplace. When you hover over it, it pops up with website manager, website content, website blog, website embeds. Anyway, since I'm an admin, I can see everybody's site. I'm going to go to my own. Just because. Oh, maybe I don't have one, actually. Do I really not have one? I thought I did. No, I guess not. That's okay. Let me go to Lexi's site. Okay.
Wait, how did you get there real quick? I forgot.
So from the dashboard, this is the main part, you go through your left-hand toolbar, and it's right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you hover over it, it'll say Website Manager.
Okay.
No problem. Okay. So this is your site. She has her profile all dialed in. Awesome. Now, when you scroll down a little bit, it has these different modules. One for your profile, one for your template, one for website content, one for blog posts, one for embeds, and another for add-on options. So what we're going to be talking about today is your template and your website content. I want to start with the website content because this one's really, really important for building out your site to add value, and also to optimize it for SEO. So particularly with the testimonials, I haven't found a good way to.
You can't like have your Zillow ones pop up.
You can, and
yeah,
you can connect your Zillow reviews, which I highly recommend. Yeah. But with bulk testimonials, for some reason, you can't import them in bulk. And I think that's dumb. Because a lot of agents at RE/MAX Alliance have a lot of really, really good testimonials. Anyway, what I recommend is spend a little bit of time just copying and pasting them into an Excel spreadsheet, and then out of the Excel spreadsheet and into here. Make sure that when you do that, you can mark them as 5 stars. Let's see. I know that I did this for Dawn and Tim just recently. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, it didn't save my 5 stars. But that's what I would go through and do, is just make sure that every different testimonial is 5 stars.
So it doesn't actually let me pull in my Zillow.
Oh, it doesn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I wonder why. That's strange. Maybe it's something that we can bring up on a support ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I want to, here it is. Edit my service areas and SEO. Actually, I'm going to go back to Lexi's because I know that she hasn't started doing that. And that is what I want to focus on. So, okay. When you get your brand new site, this is what it looks like for your service areas and SEO. If you want, you can add all the cities in the MLS.
But there's so many. That's what I accidentally did.
Right. There's a ton in the MLS. And some of them are probably ones that you've never even heard of, even if you're from here. So, Jean, what did you end up doing?
Well, right now I'm deleting ones I've never heard of or would never go to.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to go ahead and add them all just so that we can see what happens.
Making more work though.
That's okay. I will fix it afterwards for her. So like Accomack or Accomack, Virginia. Never heard of it. And honestly, like
4 pages of
yeah. And like, honestly, are you really going to do any business in these cities? No, not necessarily. That's okay. You can remove all from this list with the click of a button right here. So that's actually what I'm going to do. And what I actually want to do is add the ones that like cities and like general areas that you actually want in here, such as Norfolk. Let's see. Okay, why isn't it popping up? Oh, it's because I need to do it up here in the ad part. Because
otherwise it's just searching.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just searching the non-existent areas that you've already put in there. Cool. So look at that. I put Norfolk, Virginia. It's a city, as opposed to what? What were these other ones? Oh, Norfolk Gardens, that's a neighborhood. Norfolk Highlands, that's a neighborhood too. Oh, so it looks like if you specialize in a neighborhood, you can actually have that highlighted on your site. So that's kind of cool. I think I can think of a few agents that could use that. What I would also do, though, is like, for example, if I was specializing in Norfolk Gardens or I knew a lot about it, I would put it as a keyword. And save that so that it's in there. When somebody searches for real estate in Norfolk, Virginia, and then tags on Norfolk Gardens, you would pop up. The reason why I bring this up too is because I'm sure that there are a lot of other things that you as a real estate agent in the area know that I don't about these areas. For example, particular high schools, or particular restaurants that people might go to. If that's something that people will research, maybe a particular elementary school that they really want to be near, you should put that in there. My joke that I've kind of put or said lately is that, like, these keywords don't have to be equal housing regulated, to be honest, because it's all internally used. This is stuff that people will actually search, and it just helps you come up in their search. So if you want to put in best schools in the area, I think that's fine. Things like that. Yeah, so I recommend this for literally all agents right now. Or like, have somebody, even if they know the area better than you, go through and add all the neighborhoods and all of the cities in Hampton Roads or wherever you do business, so that all of these keywords fields are totally filled in with nicknames and schools and popular spots, good for military, anything you can think of. Really, there aren't any wrong answers when it comes to these keywords. The more you add, the more it's going to benefit you. Page text, I haven't really figured out like why they have like the plain text or HTML section as opposed to display text. That's something I would have to probably figure out with this little chat help bubble, to be honest. But I do know that keywords are really important, so that's my point. Custom pages. I know that, like, yeah, like if you wanted to have a page in the navigation of your site for anybody to find, you can create a custom page and it'll automatically be built with, like, the Remax branding, just like your main site. But you can go in and customize, maybe like embed a video or something like that. It's not quite as aggressive of a lead generator as like the squeeze pages or the landing pages that I've shown you guys before, but it is a good way to just host information on your site that you think will be interesting to any potential lead. So if you have an idea for a page that is specifically for military home buyers, but you're not like actively trying to like really get their contact like right away, make a page and then direct them to it. They'll probably still be added as a lead in your system one way or another if they continue to poke around in your site. So that's my suggestion there. Okay. Blog. I haven't really tried to play around much with the blog, but it's cool that it's available to you. I mean, blogging in general, I will say as a marketing expert, it's very useful because the more web pages that you can have as a hook to interested potential home buyers or sellers, and the more value that you can add, I think the better. Whenever you write a blog, you want to make sure that you have a lot of like those keywords that people will hit. The more specific, the better, because you don't want your time to be wasted. Other people don't want their time to be wasted. And you want to make sure that those specific blog posts with those very specific keywords don't land on deaf ears. So embeds. Your website automatically has a QR code. You can also look up any of your listings and generate a QR code for that listing, which could be useful, maybe for a flyer or something. And then these are some of like the embeddable windows that you could put on a third-party site. So a third-party site would be anything that's not a remax.com site. So if that's just a WordPress something that you host, or even like our other Remax Alliance site, like you can put this in the code and it'll live there just like that. These particular embeddable windows are property search little windows, so I just want to let you know that that exists. That's there. There's a website widget, and then there's also that seller valuation widget, which, as a reminder, only takes the address at the very top of that process. Okay. These are the widgets that would show on your site, like on the front-facing site. A widget looks like this, or like open houses, just listed, my listings, this little like about Remax Alliance thing, whatever. So if you wanted to add widgets to your homepage so that it looks a little bit more interesting, you can preview what they look like before you add them. If you have a team, you can have them meet the team. If you want to have this little section that just has eye-catching photos for the type of home that they're looking for, you can do that. Financing, stuff like that. To my knowledge, I don't think that the text on these is totally editable. Oh, no, I'm wrong. There you go. You can edit the text on these widgets, so that's nice. I feel like at some point that was not the case, so I'm glad it is now. I do want to exit without saving, yes. Yes. Okay. Anyway, you can see as I scroll, there are a ton of different little widgets that you can add. And just like with anything, I do recommend that you go in and customize the text to sound like you, because it's your business. Lots of different looks, lots of different versions of these widgets. And of course, your entire site is made to be flexible between both desktop and mobile. So you do not have to worry about formatting something for one or the other. I don't know if you guys deal with that a lot, but I do as a designer. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And I think that is pretty much it. Oh, well, okay. So there is the general site editor section. Now, if you've already gotten this far and you haven't really even done a whole lot with leads or whatever, stop here and don't worry about this part. This can be done at a later date. This is just stuff to customize the look of your homepage, and it does not have to be done right now. But if you're already a little bit farther along, maybe you don't like the picture that's your background image on your homepage, you can change that. You can even upload your own. I can even help you take one or design one for you. It's all up to you. If you have a logo here, or like for your brand, you can upload a little square one right here.
How did you get to this?
That was in website content, I think. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, it's in website settings. That's how I found it. Yeah, that's where it is. Yeah, lots of useful stuff in this little section. If you have a YouTube video that you wanted to link as the background, you could do it there. Now, I would recommend that you don't do anything that involves speaking. Make it a highlight reel, if anything, just knowing that it's going to loop in the background. I would recommend even just like some B-roll footage of like the area or the beach or whatever your brand kind of calls for. If you wanted to make it dark mode by using a black color for the header, you could, using the primary color for the header, stuff like that. Just little things that you can change like that. And then if you wanted to change the text for the search labels, the sell label, the finance label to be not just search, sell, and finance, which sounds pretty boring to me, I think you should probably go in and customize those. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so if you make a custom page, you would be able to search for it here and then add it to your navigation. Let's see here. Listing carousels. So just like we were looking at over on the actual thing, this is customizable, this text that says my listings or just listed or open house. So you can change that there. If you have a Google Analytics ID tag, you could put it there. For agents, I think that you're the only one that's shown on your own site, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, website custom tagline. This is an SEO thing. I always recommend that you customize that with something that would be search friendly. So not just your local realtor, but maybe more like Virginia Beach realtor specializing in blah, 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 in military relocation or something like that. That's something that would show up in a Google search about you. You can use your agent info for a tagline. I'm not really sure which one that one looks like, but maybe play around with it. For the listings that are available to view on your site, you can customize the type served. So if you wanted to leave off anything in particular, you could. The way that you would see the end result of that is through the search tab right here. It looks like my listings is all that shows up right now. Interesting. Can I reset the filters? Yeah. Well, I don't really know why I can't see everything. But it's interesting to see that, like, with doing nothing, all it does is show your current listings. So yeah, there's that. Back to the settings page. For coverage only, you could switch only show your counties on and off. Don't scrub areas, filter areas list. Oh, maybe that's actually what that was. Anyway, you can hide manual listings on your website. You can use a polygon for neighborhoods and schools. The default sort you can set. It's viewing by popularity, but you can set it on days on website, reductions, anything like that. Your default display. I think your options are map or list. Oh, or grid. So there you go. Popular options for extra search options. You can add any of these kinds of things. And that's it. So yeah, it's all pretty nitty gritty, you know, but everybody does their business a little bit differently from the next agent. So it's good to customize to the way that you actually would like to do your business. Okay, with that said, let's go back to our presentation and see if I actually had anything else planned. Nope, that's pretty much it. So, like I said, if you have time to tune into these free trainings on Mac Center, please do so. If you haven't already downloaded the mobile app, please do so, because if you call somebody through the platform, like on your desktop, it will show up in their phone as the smart number. That's fine if it's like, you know, not somebody that you've ever talked to before. But if you plan on really reaching out on a regular basis and you don't want to get any wires crossed, you want to call them from the mobile app. Because when you initiate a call from the mobile app, the KB Core mobile app that is, then it shows up in their phone as your phone number. So that's a good thing. We do want that. However, it won't be just through your phone app, like, you know, any random other phone call. It will be tracked and recorded so that you can listen to it later on that person's contact card in your platform. That's a really helpful thing, because sometimes people talk too fast, or they say things that they want and you just didn't note it down. This is really honestly something that most you know, bigger businesses who call you are doing anyway. And in Virginia, that is totally allowable. Only one of the parties has to be consenting to being recorded. That's you. But just FYI about the smart numbers, these are all of the smart numbers for our offices. Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, well, Chesapeake is no longer, so there's that. Stephanie Clark and the Norfolk office. And I made an iPhone contact that has all of them in there. So if you just scan that QR code, it'll pop up and you can save it. You're welcome. I don't know if that works for Android. I do know that it works for iPhone. The number that appears when you call from the desktop platform is from your Remax home office. And if that's wrong for whatever reason, that's something you can bring up with Julie. And if you want your own custom smart number, you can get it through the marketplace. And now that's it. Cool. So I hope you learned something. And I hope that we're one step closer to getting your website a little bit more dialed in. You got this. And if you don't, I'm here for you.